Welcome back, True Seeker. Doing some research tonight, this headline popped up. This is from Haaretz, the Jewish publication out of Israel. The Elders of Zion, 113 years of a lie that refuses to die. There's a big debate if the Protocols of the Elders of Zion is a legitimate document or a contrived document. Some people say it doesn't matter if it's contrived, it's the truth of what's going on in the world. What I want to talk about is why Haaretz wrote this article and emphasized 113 years. Again, Haaretz is out of Israel. They're a Jewish publication. And in the Jewish text, the Talmud, in verse Baba Kamma 113a, it says Jews may use lies to circumvent a Gentile. And before we go with that further, I just want to, again, go back to the headline, 113 years of a lie. Imagine writing out 113 just as lines 113. And imagine just doing like a lowercase l, which looks like a line. An I sort of looks like a line. An E and a 3 have a lot in common. 113, lie. Anyway, Baba Kamma 113a, it's where Jews may use lies to circumvent a Gentile. And to be fair, every good Talmud reader will let you know that this is only true in a legal setting. But as I always say, where in this world aren't you in a legal setting? So by answering that question, you realize that this verse pretty much permits you to lie everywhere. So what is it about 113? Mainstream in Gematria sums to 113. The Jewish practice of coding numbers into words. Dishonest is 113. Perverted is 113. Not true is 113. Not honest is 113. Not factual is 113. Disinfo is 113. Politics is 113. So is perjury. So is fiction. So is bullshit. So is infidelity. So is divorce. And there's actually even more that goes with that list. If you've missed my work on the Titanic, Titanic sums to 113. The prime number relationship with 113, it's 600 and something. From the day the Titanic sank to the day the Federal Reserve was established, which was a 113 agenda, if you will. From the day the Titanic sank to the day the Federal Reserve was established was that distance in days. 600 and some days, whatever the 113th prime number is. And again, Titanic's 113. What most people don't know about the Titanic is the 3 richest men in the world died when that boat sank. A boat that was a party that was done by J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan invited those men. J.P. Morgan was supposed to be on the boat. It was his boat. And J.P. Morgan got off at the last second because he was feeling sick, a banker. But he killed those 3 men, essentially, with his planned Titanic ritual. By the way, if you don't know about the Titanic, there was a book written called Futility, Wreck of the Titan. Futility, Wreck of the Titan, which came out a decade before the Titanic sank. That book is about the largest ship ever sailing and sinking on its first sail after hitting an iceberg while traveling from Europe to the United States in the Atlantic. The exact same thing that supposedly happened with the Titanic. Futility, Wreck of the Titan. Look it up. I believe the author's name is Morgan Robertson, if I remember correctly. But Titanic, it's another 113. And, Anne Frank. You've probably heard of Anne Frank before. Anne Frank. Her full name is Annalise Marie Frank. She supposedly died in Auschwitz. Knows Annalise Marie Frank 113. Auschwitz, where she supposedly died 113. Again, don't forget that the New York Times and many other papers published well before the World Wars even began, decades before World War II, that 6 million Jews had died. And used the word Holocaust before World War II had even happened. So, anyway, we got Big Brother out here telling us it's not okay to share these historical facts and truths. We're now in an age where, sharing historical facts and truths is anti-Semitic, which is comical because the false ones aren't even Semitic people. Well, they say they are because they speak Hebrew, but they're not, they're not the true Semitic people of the world. So I want to show you a few other things that's funny about this story. Again, using the Jewish practice of Gematria. Notice they emphasize the elders of Zion. Phrase sums to 181. That's the 42nd prime number. Zionism's 42. The founder of Zionism, Theodor Herzl, died on July 3rd in history. That's the day leaving 181 days left in the year. The United Nations resolution that set the boundaries for Israel, by the way, was numbered 181. Notice Theodor Herzl died at age 44, and he died in 1904, 44 years before 1948. Zion equals 44. You big basketball fans, you might have saw Zion Williamson's three-pointer against North Carolina right before the end of the half to tie the game at 44-44. Think about who runs the NBA. By the way, the National Basketball Association equals 113. But big number there in Israel. Israel 44, Netanyahu 44, Zion 44, plus just so much more. But anyway, Theodor Herzl 73, dead on July 3rd, 7-3. Date can also be written 3/7, Israel 37, Netanyahu 37. So, let me see. Here's the resolution that recognized Israel. Here it is right here, number 181. See how they do it? So anyway, Haaretz proved that the elders of Zion is a lie of 113 years when they published this sometime back. Isn't it obvious? I feel bad for coincidence theorists. Here, hold on. Let's go back in time. Let's go back to July 4th, 2016. We just got to go back to this day. Do you remember when Google did this to us on the 4th of July? When the Juno probe landed on Jupiter? And Google had this for their doodle all day, the one that said goy. You know what a goy is? That's a derogatory term for a non-Jew. It means a dumb animal, which is how we're perceived in the Talmud. Only Jews are humans. The rest of us are considered animals because we're too dumb to be considered human. And honestly, as bad as it is, I think they might be right. Look at this. Occult, Jewish, Masonic holiday, Independence Day, all 74. That's the day they did this, on July 4th. It was also a date with 47 numerology, Goy 47. So anyway, be glad you live in a nation where priority one for 2019 is to make sure nobody can boycott Israel. And, you're listening to the voice of somebody who on the 74th day of the year just had their book deleted. Here was the link to my book. Darn, this item is no longer available as of the 74th day of the year. All because it showed the publishing dates of the New York Times articles that talked about the Holocaust and 6 million dead Jews before World War II even happened. Etsy, who banned the book, they're out of Brooklyn, New York, the most Jewish neighborhood in the world. Brooklyn, New York even equals 74, just like Jewish, just like Gematria, just like English, just like occult, just like Masonic. For your friends and family sleeping on Gematria, really, you should show them this. And if they don't like it, for the rest of the time you know them, for their birthdays and Christmas, be sure to get them a bottle of KY every time it rolls around, because they're going to need it. Until next time.